Welcome to Land Review Live. Today, we're looking at what kind of land 14K gets you in Alaska versus 7 million. Erica, let's get into it.
Let's go to the final frontier.
14 million. 14K, sorry.
Not million.
14K.
All right.
Okay.
So what can you get for 14?
Wait, what is this? Is that like a poster thing? What did they do?
Yeah, they did.
I don't know why they did that. Okay. That looks nice for 14K.
Is that an AI photo?
Oh, you don't think it's real? It's possible, but it's also Alaska. It's possible it's real.
That
No?
looks real.
I mean, I think can you go back to the first image? I think that's what kind of like made it, they put in AI to make this fake thing. So that's what kind of made you think that it was fake as well, right?
Yeah.
It might be real, but now that
It kind of
this-
looks like an alien landscape.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you're not supposed to do that AI stuff,
Yeah.
right? On the first image, because then people think, is this even real? If the first image was not there, you would probably think, oh yeah, it's probably real, right? All right, lesson learned.
No, I still would have,
Really?
looking at this long enough, I might have questioned. Yeah.
Right. So you think this is also, or you think this is just enhanced?
That looks more just like an enhanced photo
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going, Erica. We don't have a lot of time.
Oh,
No,
is
it
that-
might be real.
Yeah, it might be real.
It's just that
Just
they
heavily filtered.
heavily color graded and
Yeah.
and optimized.
It is pretty.
These
Pretty-
roads are these? What is this?
Dirt roads.
No, but there is a weird, or is it wet? Like it's like wet dirt.
Yeah, it looks like
a
there's
bit-
maybe a lot of moss that had to be cleared.
Yeah. But who's clearing those?
Yeah, I wonder who's maintaining. Well, actually, where are we? How far out are we?
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's maintaining those roads?
We'll see. All these questions will be answered soon.
But it's a pretty property for 14K.
Wait, what? What? They went from AI
Yeah.
and ants to like completely trash?
Wow, that is.
Or they just wanted to show like what happens in winter?
Yeah,
How it looks like?
there you go. Winter is here.
But why didn't they do a good job with the...
Oh, it's a triangle.
Oh, it's a triangle at the corner. Okay. Lost Creek Trail, REM SW. What's a REM? You know? Should I ask Juniper? Juniper, what does REM stand for? It says Lost Creek Trail, REM-SW. This is in Alaska.
Sure thing. In that context, REM probably stands for Resource and Environmental Management. So Lost Creek Trail REM-SW is likely referring to a specific resource management area in Alaska. Just a fancy way of saying it's managed land.
Oh, are the roads maintained
By
by...
the local management.
Well, it's only 0.7 acres.
0.7 acres.
But it is pretty.
Ninilchik?
Ninilchik?
Juniper, we are looking at a 0.7 acre property in Ninilchik, Alaska. What can you tell about that area?
All right, keeping it short and sweet. Ninilchik, Alaska is this cool little spot on the Kenai Peninsula. Think fishing village vibes, gorgeous coastal views, and definitely a laid-back, outdoor-friendly feel. Basically, if you love nature and you don't mind a bit of wilderness charm, it's a gem.
Okay. All right, so let's look at the description. What's going on? So, little slice of paradise, half mile of oil well road. Oil well? I wonder what that could be.
What could that mean?
By Lost Creek Trail or straight in trail makes for a central location that is easy to access by trail. That's a lot of trails in one
Yeah.
line. Views
That's
of
a big benefit in Alaska. Access to a trail.
access by a trail.
Yeah.
Views of Redout. What is that?
Redout.
Redout Ilama. There's a lot of difficult words for an immigrant, Erica. You're not helping either.
Yeah.
Even a peak of Augustine Augustine?
Augustine.
Okay. Would make a great spot for your hills getaway cabin. Really all the land you need with hundreds of miles of public trails out your doorstep. So are they selling like you build on it?
That's what it sounds like. Like a
But are there any utilities?
doubtful.
Okay, let's go to the view. Let's see where we are. Let's go to satellite. Oh,
There's
there
a
is
lot
some
of
structure.
trails.
I do see some structures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is something going on.
There are. Yeah. People are building.
It didn't seem based on the photos.
Yeah,
it
from
didn't
the
seem
photos,
like
it didn't
yeah.
look like.
Okay.
So maybe there's at least electricity.
Yeah,
if
there
there.
should be electricity. At least in the neighborhood. So because there's so many houses.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of houses.
Okay, can we zoom in on a house? Maybe.
Well, let's see. Let's actually see where we are.
Oh, you have to switch to street, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't show labels. Okay, so we are
Oh, we're in the
Anchorage. Near Anchorage.
what is it? Kenai Peninsula?
Yeah. But Anchorage is right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a really pretty area. Remember we visited?
We've been to this area.
Yeah.
We visited
we
Anchorage.
went all the way down. We went from Anchorage, drove all the way down here, I think, to the fishing villages.
We did? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
You don't remember?
That was a while back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, can you zoom in on the area now?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's going on in the area? Is this street view?
I don't think so.
No street view. So, what kind of houses are there? The phone booth? Let's see. Look at the nearest house. Erica, let's zoom in.
Well, we can try to go to Google Maps.
Or what happens with lot lines? Does it show other properties available? Zoom out. Are there anything else available? Oh, let's look at the house. This one, yeah. That's a cool view. You could click on the listing. We didn't know that. We just learned.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I see. So we can look at the photos. Let's see what kind of
So this is the kind of house you can build
No, you can build whatever you want.
well, yeah.
No one's stopping you.
on a 14K property. You get moose
that
in your backyard.
moose?
Yeah, moose in your backyard.
Yeah, okay.
I see they do have.
They have electricity, at least in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it was built a while back.
Yeah.
Not in a good shape,
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they do need heat. I don't know if they need AC. Do you need AC there?
The summers can get muggy, I think.
Juniper, do you need an
Okay.
AC in the summers in Ninilchik, Alaska?
Honestly, not really. Some of the Ninilchik are pretty mild. You're looking at daytime highs that are usually in the 60s or maybe low 70s Fahrenheit. So it's more sweater weather than AC weather. Nature's air conditioning does a pretty good job up there.
How cold does it get in the winter?
Well, winter in Ninilchik definitely gets chilly. You're often dipping down into the teens and 20s Fahrenheit, and it can get colder with those coastal winds and Alaskan winters doing their thing.
20 Fahrenheit.
So, yeah, definitely a place where you'll want some cozy layers when the snow starts falling.
I thought it would get colder.
Juniper, how long does the winter last?
Well, winters in Ninilchik are a bit on the longer side.
Ooh.
You can expect that classic Alaskan winter vibe from about November all the way through March or even into April. So it's definitely a good chunk of the year where it stays pretty chilly and snowy.
how
Just
do you get
part of the charm
good
up there.
groceries in that weather?
Yeah, that's a good question. How do you get groceries out?
How do you get groceries in the area? Is there Whole Foods nearby?
So in the
Well, they
Ninilchik,
grow their
you're not
own.
going to find a Whole Foods around the corner. It's more of a small town setup. Usually folks head to local general stores or smaller markets right in the area for the basics. For bigger grocery runs, you might take a drive to a larger town like Soldotna, which is about an hour away. So definitely a bit of a trek, but that's just part of the rural Alaskan lifestyle.
Well,
What do
they
you
do
do in
have
the winter?
solar.
Yeah, they do. What do you do in the winter?
Juniper, what do you do in the winter apart from watching Netflix?
No, I mean, how do you get food?
How do you get food?
Gotcha.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did you break, Juniper? Oh.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the date.
You broke Juniper, Eric. Juniper, tell us about how people get grocery in this area.
Absolutely. In places like Ninilchik, Alaska, people usually rely on local grocery stores or general stores in the area. Some folks also travel to larger towns like Soldotna or Kenai for bigger supermarket options. And of course, some families stock up on supplies during the warmer months and rely on frozen or canned goods during the winter. It
What happened?
definitely
You
adds a
lost
bit of
it?
adventure to grocery
Huh?
shopping.
Erica, did you lose it? Oh, 14K. Juniper, what about when there's a snowstorm?
Oh, when there's a snowstorm, it definitely gets more challenging. People usually stock up
Yeah,
in
you gotta
advance,
stock up.
keeping plenty of non-perishable items on
What is
hand.
this?
Sometimes
Just
they
so
rely
they're-
on delivery services if the roads are passable, or they might even have community co-ops.
Okay, what did can we look
or
at the
local
pricing history
delivery
and stuff? I think we need to
arrangements.
move
And of
on.
course, it's
Okay.
always good to have a backup plan, like a generator and plenty of firewood.
Oh, people
Okay.
probably hunt too, right?
Yeah. But in the winter, that cold, how are you gonna
Yeah.
go out?
That's
Even
a-
the animals are like at their houses watching Netflix. Like, I'm not gonna go out in this weather.
You got to be a hardy soul.
Yeah.
But the property's only 14K.
But that's just land.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
I'm sure you could build a home for pretty cheap out here.
but not like a custom house, right? Like a.
Just a simple
Standard,
cabin. Yeah.
But
can ask
must.
how
But
much
you
would-
must really love winter, though.
Yeah. You got to
to
be able
live
to
in.
deal with winter.
You must. Some people enjoy it.
Yeah. You got to be pretty
don't.
self-reliant. We don't. How much would it cost to build a home here?
Juniper, how much would it cost to build a home here?
The cost can vary quite a bit depending on the size of the home, the materials you
little
choose,
cabin.
and how remote the location is. In Ninilchik, you might have higher costs due to transportation and logistics, especially for building materials. On average, you could be looking at anywhere from $200 to $300 per square foot, but it can definitely get higher with custom builds and remote site challenges. It's always good to get a local contractor's estimate for a more accurate figure.
What's the average cost to build a house in the area?
Say 1,700 square feet.
Okay, let's see what else is there. Like, is there a pricing history?
Building a house in Ninilchik, Alaska can vary quite a bit. On average, construction costs range from about $135 to $540 per square foot. For example, building a 2,500 square foot home could cost anywhere between roughly $337,500 and $1,350,000. These costs can be influenced by factors like transportation and materials, design complexity, labor availability, and local regulations. It's always a good idea to consult with local contractors to get a more precise estimate for
So
your
it's not cheap,
specific project.
337.
I'm sure you could do it for less than that if you.
But you're forgetting it's a remote area. What about the transportation costs and everything? Plus, you need to build like it needs to be able to withstand 20 Fahrenheit. I mean, we lived in New
Did
Jersey.
you see
know
that?
how-
Did you look at that cabin we were just viewing?
Yeah, but that's probably not used year long, right?
They had photos in the snow.
Yeah, they go take photos and come back to their apartment in Anchorage.
I don't know.
How do you
I
know?
think those.
How do you know? How do you know? We're guessing.
I don't. We're guessing.
We're guessing.
I'm sure.
Okay, all right. So you gotta keep moving because
All right. Price history.
so it's been more than a year, listed for 14K. That's not. I mean, this seems like something we would buy.
Yeah. You want to buy it?
No, as in the area. But who's gonna buy from us is the question.
Why not? Live
Like, how
the
much
Alaska
demand-
frontier life.
Okay, let's see. What? Anything else? Which county was it in? Just so people know. Do you go scroll?
Kenai Peninsula.
Kenai Peninsula. Oh, it's not a county; it's a borough. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So,
How many boroughs are there in Alaska?
Juniper, how many boroughs are there in Alaska?
Alaska has a total of 19 organized boroughs. These include both boroughs and census areas. Since some parts of Alaska are unorganized and not part of any borough, the organized boroughs handle local governance, much like counties.
What kind
in
of
other
vegetation
states.
is that?
What kind of? Yeah. What kind? What are the What kind of vegetation is typical in the Kenai Peninsula?
Juniper, what kind of vegetation is typical in this area?
In the Ninilchik area, you'll typically find a mix of boreal forest vegetation that includes spruce and fir trees, along with some birch and aspen. You'll also see a lot of tundra vegetation like mosses,
Yeah,
lichens,
moss,
and
that's
low
what it is.
shrubs. In the summer, you'll get some wildflowers, and the landscape is generally quite lush and green. It's definitely a
Should we
beautiful
go there
and
for
diverse
Airbnb in the
environment.
summer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
I loved Alaska.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the 7 million property
Okay.
then.
All right, so that's what 14K gets you.
Now, what does
Is anyone interested?
what does 7 million get you, Erica?
So what does 7 million
But
get?
before we get into it,
Yeah. But before we get into it,
you
So-
want to show
so we are not affiliated with these properties, but we do sell
we're
land.
just critiquing them,
Yeah,
right? We're just
right. And
window shopping.
Since we were talking about affordable land, we do sell affordable land. All of our properties are under 30K, or most of them are under 30K. And because we're not real estate agents, we actually own our properties. That does mean we can offer owner financing on almost all of them to make them even more affordable. So you can find all of our lots at land.gocap.com. Their map, we work throughout the US, although no properties in Alaska at the moment. Maybe we should buy that lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
All right. You want to go back to the...
Any new properties coming? Where are the new properties that just came?
We did just acquire a number of properties in Florida. We listed 2 in Clay
so
County.
no 20-degree Fahrenheit weather?
No. If you don't like the winter, we do have plenty of Florida properties for those escaping.
Are those 7 million properties
They are
or are they
not.
like more like 14K properties?
They are more like 14K properties. So here are our latest in Clay County. They are priced at just under 20K and just under 13K.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I heard you have some giveaways going on.
And we do, so if you're really into affordable land, we do have a free land giveaway going on. It's actually coming up very soon. We'll be giving away the property on January 1st. The idea is to get the word out about our company, so the land is actually free. But you can find all the details by going to our YouTube homepage. Just search Gokche Capital, and you can watch the quick 2-minute video or go to freelandgiveaway.com.
Do you have the URLs for people to
Yeah.
visualize or
So there
do you
we
want
go.
them to memorize all
Yeah.
the URLs? Yeah.
freelandgiveaway.com is the quick way to get to it. That'll show you the quick 2-minute video on the giveaway and how to participate. And if you want to look at our properties, it's land.gocap.com. You can always book a call to discuss any of our properties, owner financing, have us help figure out what property works best for you, or to go over exclusive
Exclusive, Erica. The
Yeah,
word is exclusive.
offers.
Learn English.
So you can go to book.gocap.com for
That's
that.
what the comments I get.
That is, yeah.
Why doesn't Erica get those comments?
I
Learn
should,
English.
right? I don't know English.
I only I get comments.
I
like
also
that.
get my directions confused all the time.
Learn directions.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
All right, back to the regularly scheduled programming.
All right. So if you're a big spender, let's find out what
What a
$7 million
gets you
property gets you
in Alaska. Okay, so we're looking at 360 acres for 7.2 million. All right, let's look
Does
at
it have gold on it?
Does it have gold on it?
Let's find out. Ooh, does it have a plane? Does it come with a plane?
The plane is included.
Oh, look, it says gold mine.
Oh, it says gold mine. So it comes with gold on it. You
Yeah.
are right. Okay.
And there you go.
Oh, like it's a active gold mine?
Yeah, it looks like they're looking for gold.
Hmm.
So why are
They-
they selling it?
They found it
Yeah, why are they selling it?
because they're mostly using it for ATVs. Oh, it's like an old gold mine. Maybe it's not active.
Yeah.
Is that the bush plane?
Yeah, that's the bush plane. Looks like they have a landing strip cleared out.
We can land anywhere pretty much, right?
Yeah.
It's like a tiny plane as long as it's flat. Right? That's what we
Yeah.
learned.
Yeah.
Juniper, in Alaska, if you have a bush plane, how much runway do you need to get it off the ground? And how much runway do you need to land it?
The runway length needed for a bush plane really depends on the specific aircraft model, its weight, the altitude, and the weather conditions. Generally, bush planes are designed to operate on shorter runways compared to commercial aircraft. For takeoff, you might need anywhere from about 500 to 1,500 feet of runway, especially for lighter, more nimble models. For landing, it can be even shorter, sometimes around 300 to 1,000 feet, depending on the conditions and the plane's capabilities. Of course, pilots always consider factors like terrain, weight, and weather to determine the exact runway length needed.
So you like, is there like availability? Juniper, is it easy to find bush plane operators in Alaska? Like if you want to travel around regularly?
Absolutely. Alaska is actually known for its bush plane operators, and they're pretty common throughout the state. There are many charter companies and small airlines that specialize in remote travel, making it easy to reach even the most remote areas. They're a vital part of life in Alaska, especially in regions where road access is limited. So you'll definitely find plenty of options for regular travel around the state.
Juniper, how much does it cost? Like if it's 1 hour flight out of Anchorage to a remote area, like how much would it cost to travel back and forth? The plane comes with it, or we don't know yet? Right?
We don't know yet.
Wow,
The
they
cost
have
for a
140.
1 hour bush plane flight from Anchorage to a remote area typically ranges from about $300 to $600 one way, depending on the operator and the
I
type
was
of
gonna say that
aircraft.
too.
So a round trip would generally cost around $600 to $1,200. It's always best to check with specific operators for the most up-to-date pricing.
I mean, it's just a private plane just for you for $300.
Yeah, but that seems expensive if that's the only way to get to your property.
Well, that's why you just get there and just stay there for 6 months.
Yeah. What do you do for food?
Amazon drones. What else are you gonna do? Juniper, what do you do for food if you're living in a remote area in Alaska and you have like a gold mine? How do you feed the workers? Like, how do you stay there? Or is it like just a like a month of the year or 2 months of the year operation?
In remote areas of Alaska, especially for something like a gold mine, operations often involve bringing in supplies by air or by boat, depending on the location. Often there are temporary camps set up for the workers, and these camps are stocked with non-perishable foods like canned goods, dried
like
foods,
military
and bulk
style.
staples. Sometimes they'll also have regular supply runs to bring in fresh produce and other essentials. In terms of timing, many operations are seasonal, so they might only run for a few months out of the year, typically during the warmer months when it's easier to transport supplies and when the weather conditions are more favorable. It's definitely a mix of planning, logistics, and adaptability.
So
What
it's more like I have my buddy Brad. Brad, can you drop off 40 gallons of milk, 50 eggs, this much meat? Just drop it at the site. We'll pick it up.
It has to be non-perishable.
But I mean, you still have fridge.
How do you have a fridge?
What do you mean? You have solar. Although that in winter that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So how do you get electricity then? Juniper, what about electricity?
Oh, they do have a fridge.
For electricity in remote mining camps, it's often generated on site. Many operations use diesel generators, which can provide reliable power, especially in areas where connecting to a power grid isn't feasible. In some cases, there might also be solar panels or wind turbines used to supplement power, especially during the summer months when sunlight is more abundant. It's all about creating a self-sufficient energy system that can keep everything running smoothly despite the remoteness.
But if you want to test your off-grid skills, move to remote Alaska,
Yeah.
only accessible by bush plane.
Yep. What do you
Right.
do if you have an accident?
You don't. You avoid accidents, Erica.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to call emergency
How long would it take
to get to like a hospital?
Yeah, like if you had an accident, you did an emergency satellite phone call, how long would it take for you to get to care?
With just the flight of the plane, right?
Well, the plane has to get there, then
Yeah.
you'll be back.
So yeah, whatever the nearest. I think we should keep it positive.
Okay.
It's not turning into a gloom. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun
Fun.
$7 million property
Fun.
show. Okay, so what's the description?
But I still don't quite. So, say you're going for 3 months, you bring
All right, fine.
all the
Here,
food you
ask.
need with
Why
me.
don't you ask? All right.
What kind of provisions would you have to bring for a season of gold mining?
For a season of gold mining in a remote Alaskan location, you typically need a combination of long-lasting, non-perishable foods and some fresh supplies. This could include bulk items like rice, beans, pasta, canned meats, dried fruits and nuts. You'd also want to have plenty of cooking oils, spices, and coffee or tea to keep morale up. For fresh produce, you might have periodic supply runs bringing in fruits, vegetables, and dairy
Don't forget the
products.
coffee.
Additionally, you'd need essential items like water purification supplies, and cooking equipment. And of course, you'd want to have some comfort items like snacks, maybe some entertainment, and any medical supplies needed. It's all about being well prepared and
Wait, so
self-sufficient for the duration of the season.
I don't drink coffee or tea, so I don't understand how that keeps the morale up. Can you explain?
I don't know how to explain to a non-coffee drinker what it's like to be used to coffee and then going without it for a few days.
Oh, so it's not, it impacts your morale?
Yeah.
How? It's just coffee.
Yeah, you just feel low energy.
Should I ask? Juniper, I don't drink coffee or tea, so how does it keep the morale up?
That's a great point. Even without coffee or tea, morale can be boosted in other ways. For example, having hearty meals, creating a sense of community with shared activities, and maybe even some entertainment like games or storytelling can help keep spirits high. Plus, the excitement of the work itself and the camaraderie among the team can really lift everyone's spirits. It's definitely about creating a positive and supportive environment.
Juniper, how does coffee and tea keep the morale up? Can you explain that? Forget about mining.
Absolutely. Coffee and tea have a few ways of boosting morale. First off, they provide a comforting routine and a moment of pause, which can be really comforting, especially during busy or stressful times. They also contain caffeine, which can help improve alertness, focus, and
Nothing
energy
else.
levels, making people feel more awake and engaged. Plus, sharing a cup of coffee or tea can be a social activity, fostering a sense of community and connection among people. All of that combined definitely helps lift spirits and keep everyone feeling a bit more positive.
Oh, Zafiel is here. I knew Zafiel was going to join since it's Alaska.
Yeah.
Right? Zafiel
Yeah.
loves Alaska properties. All right. So let's look at the description now.
Okay, so this gets to the important question. How much could you expect to make if you buy a property like this?
Well, we didn't even look at the description. What does it say? Discover the promise of Marvel Creek Gold Mine. So we know it's a gold mine. 360-acre gem nestled within Alaska's remote wilderness. This property combines a rich mining legacy with modern-day potential. Historical records of open-cut mining and dredging. What's dredging?
Dredging, isn't that when you're dredging the riverbed for...
Juniper, what does dredging mean in the context of gold mining?
In the context of gold mining, dredging refers to a process where a machine called a dredge is used to excavate
Can we
underwater
look at the
sediments,
visual?
typically in rivers or streams, to find gold. The dredge sucks up sediment from the bottom, then separates the gold from
Images?
other materials using various methods like gravity or sluicing.
That's that old
It's a very efficient way
building
of mining
that's falling
gold
apart
from
in
riverbeds,
the photos.
especially in areas where the gold is dispersed in fine particles. It's pretty fascinating and has a long history in gold mining.
So it's like a where you take material from the bottom of a water area or lake. Oh, I see.
It's like a high-powered shifting panning, right?
Okay. Okay. And what was the other word? Open cut mining? What does open cut mining mean?
Isn't that like open? You just dig up earth from the hill or like a
Oh, I
the
see.
top of.
Juniper, explain open cut mining as well.
Of course, open cut mining, also known as open pit mining, is a method where minerals of coal are extracted from the Earth's surface by removing layers of soil and rock. Instead of digging underground tunnels, the mining is done in large stepped terraces or benches that go deeper and wider as the mining progresses. This method allows for the extraction of large quantities of material and is typically used when the ore body is relatively close to the surface and is spread out over a large area. It's often more cost effective and safer than underground mining.
Oh, it
though
is. So
can
why?
have a
It has a large
larger
environment.
environmental footprint due to the extensive land disturbance.
Oh, that's why it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty damage. It can be pretty damaging to the environment.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at what else is going on. So along with untouched tailings,
Tailings.
what's tailings?
Yeah, that's like the gold residue.
Juniper, what does untouched tailings
residue.
mean?
Untouched tailings refer to the leftover materials that remain after the valuable minerals like gold or other metals have been extracted from the ore. When we say untouched, it means these tailings haven't been processed further or treated to recover any remaining
Oh, they might be
traces of
valuable
metals.
metals.
These tailings can sometimes still contain small amounts of precious minerals, but they're typically not economically viable to recover with standard methods. The term is often used in the context of mining operations where these leftover materials have not been reprocessed or remediated.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. So there's a
that-
potential of like.
Yeah, although my limited understanding is that tailings are generally more of a like liability than an asset because they can, well, depending on the mining process, can be contaminated. Sometimes you need to clean them up.
Juniper, can tailings be contaminated?
Could be wrong on that.
Yes, absolutely. Tailings can sometimes
didn't
be
say that.
contaminated, especially
Why
if the
did you
ore
say
being
that?
mined contains harmful elements. For instance, heavy metals like arsenic, mercury, or lead can end up in the tailings. Additionally, chemicals used in the extraction process like cyanide or sulfuric acid can also contribute to contamination. Over time, if not properly managed, these contaminants can leach into the surrounding soil and water, leading to environmental issues. That's why responsible tailings management and remediation are crucial in mining operations to minimize any negative
Right.
impacts.
Erika, you made such a good point, and then you like completely countered it by saying I could be wrong,
Well, I could be wrong.
but you were not. So you would
No.
have like rolled the dice on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So untouched tailings from the 1930s to 60s make this claim a gold mine literally. I mean, once again, they've already sifted for gold. This is like remaining, right? There could be potentially
Yeah, but
more gold,
but it's gonna
most
cost
of the gold is gone.
It would be likely in small quantities, and it'd be pretty
Right.
as we
Right.
just found out, it'd be probably not so cost effective to
Right.
recover any of those. And it's possible those tailings would actually be a liability that you end up having to spend a fair amount of money cleaning up.
Right. Set within the geologically unique Marble Creek Valley, the claim is equipped with essential infrastructure, including multiple cabins awaiting renovation. Whether you're chasing history or future prospects, this property offers a perfect mixture of natural beauty and opportunity.
I mean, this
future
tells-
prospects, meaning future like prospects for gold
Yeah.
mining?
Except they're not telling you anything about projected, remaining quantities.
Well, you have to do like studies and
Yeah.
stuff. It's expensive.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I feel like if this really was a
I
valuable
mean, it's also
gold-
remote, right? It's not like there's not gold. There's no gold in it. It's just that it's gonna cost a lot of money to extract it. So it's like a gamble. Can you get the gold out of this property by keeping your expenses really low and make a profit? That's the gamble.
That seems unlikely.
Well,
Keeping your expenses low?
No, if
getting
you're
them, I mean?
if you're an experienced gold miner or you do that for a living, right? You can pull that off. Like
Can
you
you?
and I, we can't.
Can you? I don't think gold mining is ever these days inexpensive. The only way to be inexpensive if it was like literally flowing in the water
if,
still.
If like gold, so we're looking at this 7.2 million dollar property. Can you go back to the MLS? $7.2 million property with the MLS number of 24-14555 in Alaska. It's in the Marvel Creek Valley, and it's 360 acres. Can you look it up and tell us how much gold you think we can find on this property, and also how much would it cost? Will it be economically feasible to actually make money from this investment? What do you think? All right, let's see.
What does Zafiel think? He knows a lot
Zafiel-
about gold.
Zafiel thinks my questions are very token expensive.
They are.
The Marvel Creek gold mine, spanning about 360 acres in Alaska, has a rich mining history dating back to the early 20th century. Around 25% of the original claims have been mined, leaving behind tailings that might still contain recoverable gold. The property is located in a geologically rich area, and it comes with infrastructure like cabins, mining equipment, and fuel storage. Historically, about 1,100 ounces of gold were extracted, mostly coarse gold. However, finer gold might still be present in the tailings. While the property holds significant potential, it's important to conduct thorough due diligence, including geological assessments and environmental impact studies, to ensure the investment is economically feasible.
Overall, it's a promising prospect, but careful planning is key.
That didn't really answer the question.
So Juniper, here's the main question, right? So it is a promising prospect. So I'm thinking it's more of a gamble in terms of, can you extract the remaining gold cheaply as possible, while also making a profit? So that's what we're trying
I
to
agree
get
with
to. So
Zafiel.
what do you think? What do you think of my assertion on this theory? And also, do you think it can be profitably extracted or not?
I think you're spot on in viewing it as a bit of a gamble. The profitability really hinges on
A few key factors. First, the amount of recoverable gold left in the tailings or the property itself is crucial. If there are still significant quantities of gold that haven't been recovered, then it could be worthwhile. However, the cost of extraction is key. If you can
Right,
use
that's what I was
efficient,
saying.
cost-effective
Yeah, she's
methods
not really
and
answering the
minimize
question.
expenses like leveraging
No,
existing
cost of
infrastructure,
extraction is key.
using modern technology and carefully managing labor costs, then it can definitely be profitable. On the flip side, if the remaining gold is too dispersed or if extraction costs outweigh the potential returns, then it might not be economically feasible. It really comes down to a detailed feasibility study, including environmental considerations, market gold prices, and the technology you plan to use. So while it's definitely a promising prospect, it's also important to proceed with caution and thorough planning.
So Juniper, are there like companies or individuals who job it is to do stuff like this, like extract gold and like from this remote Alaskan properties? Like, is that still a thing these days, or is that only a thing of a past?
Absolutely, it's still very much a thing today. There are numerous companies and individual prospectors who specialize in gold mining in Alaska, especially in remote areas. Many of these companies focus on placer mining, which involves extracting gold from
Alluvial deposits like riverbeds and tailings. There are also modern mining companies that use
advanced technology and sustainable practices to improve efficiency and minimize environmental impacts.
In fact, Alaska's gold mining industry has evolved significantly, blending traditional methods with modern technology. There are also mining consultants and contractors who specialize in remote and
Or so you'll have to
challenging
hire, like, a
environments,
mining
helping to
consultant.
assess properties, design
Right.
efficient extraction methods, and ensure compliance with regulations.
So while it might seem like a relic of the past, gold mining in Alaska is definitely alive and well, and there's still plenty of activity and opportunity out there.
But if this
So
was a
what-
good prospect, why aren't they just leasing it out to a gold mining company? Or why hasn't a gold mining company tried to
Yeah,
purchase
I mean
the
that's a
property?
good question. So Juniper, can you
That's
lease
Raphael's
out
question.
lease out a property like this for gold mining? Like you don't have to sell the property, right?
Absolutely, you can definitely lease out a property for gold mining instead of selling it. In fact, it's quite common for property owners to lease their land to mining companies. This way, the property owner can generate revenue from leasing fees or royalties without having to handle the operational aspects themselves. The lease agreement can be structured in various ways, like fixed lease payments, royalty payments based on the amount of gold extracted, or a combination of both. It's a flexible approach that allows the property owner to benefit from the mining activity without taking on the full risk and responsibility. It's definitely a viable and often practical option.
So Juniper, so it's just the gold on this property that makes it valuable, right? If there was no gold on this property, will the property still be valuable? If yes, how?
Absolutely. The value of a property can definitely extend beyond just the gold. For example, in Alaska, large tracts of land can have value due to their natural beauty, recreational opportunities, or even potential for other types of development like tourism, hunting, or fishing.
So you do like a tourism
The
thing,
land
right?
might also have
Airbnb.
timber
We'll
resources,
pick you up from Anchorage.
wildlife habitats,
Have
or
your
even
own bush
potential
plane.
for other
wait, where
minerals.
is this?
Additionally, properties with good access to infrastructure like roads or waterways, or even proximity to markets,
wow.
can be
That's
valuable
remote.
for
Yeah.
future development. So while gold is a big driver of value, the property can still be quite valuable for a variety of reasons, making
Wow.
You could
it a
do like
multifaceted
a
asset.
Can you look at the
luxury
satellite?
experience.
Yeah.
Fly people in, have them camp here for a few days, pan for gold in the old
It's
fashioned
more
way.
like a recreational, It will show you how panning works.
Yeah.
And you might find gold,
Yeah.
which will cover the cost of your trip and then some.
Yeah.
That would be a good angle,
Yeah.
right? And if we found gold before you, you're out of luck. So better visit right away. It has built-in urgency.
It does.
What a good offer.
That is a good
I want to
offer.
buy this. How much is it?
7 million.
All right, forget it. I think it's a genius idea, though.
Yeah.
You disagree?
Yeah. I don't know
Yes,
if
you
you
do?
No, I agree.
I think you revealed the honest answer.
I don't know if you could buy the property for 7 million and then make your company profitable.
No. Okay, so I don't think you understood the plan, Erica. Here's the grand plan. You
Okay.
buy it for 7 million, right? Is the wrong property. You buy it for 7 million, and then you move there, and you set up like a self-sufficient homestead type situation. Yes. So you're already settled there, right? Now you start a business. You're like, all right, now I'm already settled. I'm gonna start a business and monetize the heck out of this awesome opportunity. Then I'll learn how to fly a bush plane, right? So I can save costs there. So I can, bring people in for Airbnb experience. You personalize that experience. And then you're like, well, guys, we have tailings. You can still mine gold there. You can make some money, maybe cover the cost of your trip and, build memories. So that would be the grand plan. So you live there, right? And you have these tours, and you have like specialized tours in the winter as well when, it's safe, and it's a whole operation, and you make good amount of money. And if you find real gold, you make even more. That's what I was thinking.
You want to start a new business?
All right, Erica. I think we're out of time. So
All right.
can we look at the pricing history? So it
There
is a
is-
solid property. I just don't know how to. They have to provide, like what kind of gold is available, what would be the potential cost. I think we looked at an earlier listing, a while back where they said, well, this had X amount of gold, which is worth X amount in today's dollars.
Well, it wasn't quite that prescriptive. They were saying that previous reports had suggested there
It was
be.
like not like a hard dollar amount, but they said they vaguely refer to it, right? You could, if it's true, you will be like a
Yeah.
multi-millionaire. That's what they
Yeah.
were suggesting, right?
Right.
And then you question, well, why don't you just extract the gold yourself, right? It's just expensive. Okay. All right. So 2024. So it's been almost a year. Oh, yeah. For 7.2 million, they don't want to reduce it. They have a firm belief that there's gold on it, right? Otherwise, they would have reduced it.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Although, why aren't they leasing it out to a mining company if they're so
Maybe
confident?
they just want to get rid of it. They're like, I don't want to lease it. I just want to cash my check and move to Florida. Tired of this winter.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the plan.
maybe.
Maybe that's their retirement plan, right? You say if it takes 5 years to sell, that's totally fine. I'll just watch Netflix every day until someone buys it. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
So, what would you take the gamble on this?
Well, if we had experience in gold mining and we had some competitive advantage, then yes.
Yeah.
Right? Because you need some experience so we can make an educated gamble. Right? Because if you we've bought and sold like how many? More almost 700 properties. So we have experience, right? So if you're looking at evaluating a property now, not related to gold, but in our residential space, we can be fairly certain. We cannot be 100% sure, but it would be like an educated gamble, right? So that's what I'm saying. If you had experience in mining gold and you're like, well, I've done this before, right? So we can take a gamble. And I think if you also have experience, it will help you negotiate if you wanted to bring the price down, right? Right now you have nothing. You're just going to, all right, I'll offer 5 million. And the other side will say, why? Right? But if you're experienced, you're like, well, I did this study, and it's saying it doesn't have as much gold as you think there is, blah, blah, blah. There's some environmental contamination potential for that, all these things. And then you make a case and say, well, I'm offering 5 million, right? Then it makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right, what is
Right.
Raphael saying? I'm selling my gold mine in Iowa for 6 million if you're interested. There might be $1 trillion of gold there, but it's located very deep.
Raphael does not believe that there is
Yeah.
money to be made on this property.
Okay. All right, let's go down. Anything else we missed?
No, I think we covered it.
So the nearest city was what?
The
There any
far away-
nearby properties?
no,
Go back?
No, there aren't.
Can you go back? Zoom out?
I just looked there. Yeah, it's
Oh wow, it's one of a kind. One
Yeah.
of one.
yep.
Or 1 of 0. What is the difference? Juniper, what is the difference when someone says 1 of 1 versus 1 of 0?
That's a great question. When someone says one of one, they're typically referring to something that's unique, like a one of a kind item. There's only one existing piece of it and nothing else like it. On the other hand, one of 0 is more of a paradox or a nonsensical phrase, since it implies something that is supposed to exist but actually doesn't. In other words, there's no instance of it at all, which makes it a bit of an impossible concept. It's often used to highlight that something is non-existent or impossible. So 1 of 1 celebrates uniqueness, while 1 of 0 points to something that simply doesn't exist.
Okay. So
That's the
so
key.
Raphael's property is 1 of 0. Right? And
Yeah.
this property is 1 of 1.
Yes. Yes.
I get it now. Okay.
And Raphael is correct. Yeah, I
I'd
would
only
agree.
buy a property for mining after multiple assessments were done by the owner
I
and
agree.
independently.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, if you're doing it independently, why do you need it from the owner? No?
And I mean, it's probably helpful to have multiple.
Oh, as in like a second set
Yeah.
of... Okay. Oh, you want to see if the owner is telling
And
the
you
truth
also
or
wanna
not.
see- yeah.
Okay. You want to see if they have integrity.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to do business with people who don't have integrity.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. All right, Erica, we need to wrap this up.
All
We're
right.
burning through this. You have a call. in
I do
11
have a
minutes.
call.
All right. Outro. All right. So that was not our property. We should do the
Never.
disclaimer. Okay.
If it were, we would
Be mining right now.
be mining right now.
Gold.
That would be a whole nother show.
Whole different show. It would be more of a reality show.
Yeah, it would be. We'd probably get more views.
A
For
lot
sure.
more views.
A lot more.
Zafil, did you see your new thumbnail? Zafil is like, you guys are sellouts.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the outro, Erica?
Yep. So that again, we weren't affiliated with those properties, but we do.
We wish.
But we do sell properties. If you want to check them out, you can find all our owner finance land at land.gocap.com and book a call at book.gocap.com. Free land giveaways, freelandgiveaway.com. And we are live every day at 5 p.m. Eastern. We do fun property reviews, so join us to take a look at interesting properties.
But what
We
if
also
they have-
do free property reviews.
exactly.
Yeah. So if you have a property that you would like us to take a look at, you'd want a second opinion, or you just think it'd be fun to have us review
Or a
it,
third opinion.
or a third opinion, you can join any day at 5 p.m. Eastern and leave your property in the chat.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thanks.